Toronto Raptor fans, it has been a long time since I've talked to you guys, and I've missed it. I have missed it quite some bit, but I told you I'd be back here talking to you guys post-draft lottery edition, and we're here. And I did not expect the Toronto Raptors to move up a whole lot. Just the way it's gone over the last year and a half, the luck has just not been there for the Toronto Raptors. But on this very evening, the basketball gods rained their good stuff, their good mojo down on the Toronto Raptors as we jumped from the number 7 spot in the draft all the way up to the 4th spot. And it was Fred VanVleet, Mr. Undrafted himself, Mr. Bet on Yourself, that was there to represent the Toronto Raptors in the draft lottery, I guess the Zoom call or whatever you want to call it. But the Raptors have the 4th overall selection. This changes everything. I mean, it really does. When you have the 7th, you knew you were going to get a good player. But the Raptors jumped to 4. And I think we can all agree the top 4, there's definitely 5, 6, 7, probably would have been great too. But I think we can agree that the first 4, at least as of right now in their very young careers, looked very, very good. This video is not going to be very long. This is more or less a video for me to get out to you guys, to give you a few things to talk about, and to go nuts in the comments. This is for you guys, and I can't wait to talk about it. First off, the first overall pick goes to the Detroit Pistons. The second overall pick goes to the Houston Rockets. Third overall pick, the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Raptors get the 4th overall pick. All right? The draft will be held on July the 29th. So we got to wait, just over a month until the NBA draft. But here are the guys going in that spot. Okay? In no specific order, these are the players. And I want to run the positions, how big they are, where they played last year. And this is for you guys. Who would you prefer this team to draft? Go nuts. First off, we have Jalen Green, 6'6" shooting guard, and he played in the G League last year, all right? So there's your first one. There's the first option. Again, you guys can think, well, that guy's probably going to go to the Cavs, or this guy's going to go to the Rockets, so I want this guy. However you think it's going to go, let me know. Cade Cunningham, obviously the player that every fan is dreaming of. The 6'8" point guard / shooting guard out of Oklahoma City State. So he's obviously right now the consensus number 1 overall pick, but obviously there's some very, very good players that could be going in around there too, so I don't know. And I think the one that every Raptor fan is drooling over right now, not only because, he's a top 4 pick, but the position and the size and where this team lacks. Evan Mobley, the 7-foot power forward / center out of USC, the Trojans. So that's a very interesting one. I know everyone loves the Raptors. Obviously, big man situation is a gong show. So Evan Mobley, I mean, that's a pretty damn spicy pick if you ask me. And then Jalen Suggs, the point guard, the 6'4" point guard out of Gonzaga, had a really good run there in March Madness. But obviously, March Madness doesn't really tell you what a player is. It gives you an idea on the big stage what they're all about, but it doesn't tell you who this player is going to be moving forward. So those are the 4 guys I think we can all agree on as who's going top 4. We just don't know who is going to be going where. Raptor fans, I'm going to leave that to you. That's my question to you is, if all 4 guys, which obviously is not possible, were at 4 for the Toronto Raptors, who would you prefer this team to go for? And if you want to give me a 1 through 4, who you think is going to go where, and just go nuts, guys. This video is about you just going crazy in the comments about who you think the Toronto Raptors are going to draft and who you would love for the Toronto Raptors team to draft realistically. All right? Now, before I wrap this thing up, I want to say this. The Toronto Raptors team, yes, they missed the playoffs last year, and yeah, that record was awful. And yeah, Kyle Lowry's probably going to walk on this team, which we all expected. But this team has still got bang-up talent. Fred VanVleet's still here. Pascal Siakam, I don't care what anybody says. He's got damn good talent, and he's still here. OG Anunoby took an incredible step last year. You saw some great things. Gary Trent Jr. is another guy you can say as a premier young player for this team moving forward. And then you slot in a guy like Jalen Green, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley, or Jalen Suggs to this lineup. I mean, it's pretty incredible. Plus, you add this team quite possibly coming back up to Canada to play at Scotiabank Arena, hopefully with some fans in the stands come next year. The familiarity factor for guys like Pascal, Fred, OG. You saw what happened to Pascal. Raptor fans, I think we all took a step back and thought about Pascal for a second. Pre-bubble, like that year, he was insane. Like, he was ridiculously good for this team. Bubble hit, he wasn't good. That playoffs, he wasn't good against Boston. Then the following year, playing all in Tampa, it wasn't any good. By the way, I forgot to mention Chris Boucher as a possible. I think he's a free agent, an RFA or something. I can't remember. But either way, he's a guy that I can't see why he'd leave this team. But who knows what's going to happen there. You know, I just believe that with this nice pick, if things go nice with the pick, and if it works out, this Raptor team could be a contender this year. We don't know what the free agency pool holds for this team moving forward, if anything. Because I don't think the certainty of not playing, or the uncertainty of not knowing where you're playing next year might hurt free agency. Didn't hurt the Blue Jays signing George Springer, but I think we can all agree basketball's a different breed when it comes to signing free agents. But I want to get your guys' thoughts. If this team stays intact, minus Kyle Lowry, with this 4th overall pick, and let's say the Raptors come back home and play in Toronto, whether there's fans or not, what do you think this team does? Because I think they'd be an underdog. Now, obviously, as me being a Raptor fan and knowing what this team is capable of, but I don't know, obviously, what's going to happen. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. And I'm going to leave it with that. I gave you guys who's going to the top 4 pick-wise, team-wise. Who are the possible 4 picks? With Jalen Green out of the G League, 6'6" shooting guard. Cade Cunningham, a 6'8" point guard shooting guard out of Oklahoma City State. Evan Mobley, the power forward center out of USC. And the Jalen Suggs, the 6'4" point guard out of Gonzaga. That's for you guys. Go nuts in the comments. I don't have one guy. I just want someone with amazing talent for us to drool over next year, because that would be fantastic. We have not had that since Kawhi Leonard was here in 2019. I mean, maybe I'm getting a little greedy because it was only a couple of years, but what this team, what this fan base, and what the organization has dealt with over the last year and a half, they damn well deserve it. And we damn well do. Raptor fans, I don't think we've had anything good to talk about since pre-bubble. You know, we had some good things in the playoffs against Boston, the OG buzzer beater, the fact that you came back in the series, but you ended up losing. Right? The fact that the bubble was ugh. The fact that you lost in that series against Boston, ugh. And then last year, I guess this past year, was terrible. So the fact that you get this lottery pick in the top 4, I mean, it just changes the fortunes for this team right now. The question is, what are they going to do with it? Are they going to even move the pick? Are they going to move up and make some crazy deal to move up in the draft? I don't know. Go nuts in the comments, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there, right? So you know what? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and you guys are jacked up that the Toronto Raptors moved up to the 4th overall pick in the NBA draft, smack the like button. Appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video. Your thoughts on the Raptors getting the 4th overall pick and who the heck you think they're going to go with, if, in fact, they make the pick, of course. But let me know in the comments below, and also your thoughts on possibly next year with this pick, with the roster we have now. What do you think this team does? Let me know in the comments. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, all that great stuff, guys. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, well, Raptors edition whenever something else happens. If no signings or anything happens, I don't think it will. By the draft? July 29? I don't know. I can't remember when free agency starts and whatnot. Either way, I'll talk to you guys next time. There's something crazy Raptors edition to talk about. And as for the Blue Jays, they take on the Miami Marlins in game 2 of their 2-game set tomorrow night. 7:10 first pitch there in Miami. Robbie Ray on the mound for the Jays. And you have Trevor Rogers on the mound for the Miami Marlins in game 2 tomorrow night. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and are jacked up for the Toronto Raptors. We'll talk to you guys then.